for the Pledge of Allegiance, the National Anthem, and the Alma Mater. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Join hands and voices sing as one in friendship unified, with loyalty that forms a bond made strong by Chatham pride. May her torch of learning light our ways. May we never forget our Kruger days, and evermore will loudly praise our noble Chatham High.
Please be seated.
So, like many of you, I went on internship 5 weeks ago, and I thought it was the end of my high school career. I turned in all of my homework, finished the last few math quizzes, submitted the last English essay, and I was like, wow, it's done. I'm free. And then I realized I had to write this speech. I low-key considered practicing for my improv career instead of writing it, but my mother informed me that no one's grandparents drove out here to see my lackluster acting chops. But if I've learned anything in the past 4 years, it's that there's one thing that will never let you down. So I turned to Google and looked up how to write a valedictory speech. Now it says I'm supposed to issue some inspirational feel-good life advice, but I'm 18 and I don't have too much of that. It'd be nice to say that it'll be easier from this moment on, we'll all do amazing things and never deal with failure again. Instead, here's some actual advice. Let's accept that we're going to mess up. We're going to be making mistakes for the rest of our lives. So remember that you learn far more from failure than you learn from success, even if it doesn't feel that way during Conquer the Hill week. Speaking of Conquer the Hill, Let's all try never to do that again. That whole thing where we have a month to go and we're like, it's cool, I got it. And then suddenly it's an hour before the tournament and your car won't fit in the box and you're missing half of your rubber bands. So I'd like us all to take a solemn vow that in the future we won't procrastinate. We don't have to make it now. Maybe tomorrow or the day after, but at some point we need to make it done. In all seriousness, I know that leaving Chatham High School, we all have big dreams in mind. Maybe you want to cure cancer, or invent the next iPhone, or achieve world peace. Our futures are limitless, but dreams don't just happen from wanting them to happen. We have to work to make them happen. Unless one of you has a dream to create a robot assistant to help us do that, in which case, please go ahead. Now, many of you know one of this year's Bell Award recipients, Mr. Kimmick. I'd like to share my favorite quote from him. Your job in life is to do what makes you happy. We should all take that to heart, unless what makes you happy is something that's a felony in 50 states and the District of Columbia, in which case that advice is not for you. But life is both too long and too short not to spend time doing things that make you happy. It's too long and too short not to chase your dreams. So let's accept that we'll make mistakes and let's make our dreams happen. Let's become president and go to the Olympics and win Nobel Prizes and reach for the stars. Let's make the world a better place. Now, on behalf of the class of 2019, I would like to issue a few thank yous. Firstly, thank you to all of the CHS custodial workers, cafeteria workers, secretaries, counselors, aides, and administrators. Thank you to our teachers who never gave up on us despite having to put up with us for 40 hours a week. Thank you to our families who never gave up on us despite having to put up with us for 18 years. They gave us endless support and we thanked them for it by locking ourselves in our rooms and playing angsty music. None of us got here entirely on our own. They say that you're only the summation of the people you surround yourself with, and I think we've done a great job so far. Because this is a formal speech, I'll be ending with a quote by a famous leader. I know that there was a little betting pool on if it was going to be Lincoln or MLK or Churchill, but I'm happy to tell you that all of you are wrong and we're going with Lin-Manuel Miranda. Every day has the potential to be the greatest day in your life. Let's live like it.
Each year, the senior class votes for a staff member to be recognized for the Distinguished Teacher Award. This year's recipient is someone who has a passion for teaching and enjoys getting involved with the school community outside of the classroom. He is someone who has set an example for his students on how preparation is key for good instruction and how timeliness is important not only for getting to class, but for getting to work in the future. This year's Distinguished Teacher plaque reads, "The Distinguished Teacher Award is presented by the graduating class of 2019 with sincere appreciation for your investment in our growth and for laying the foundation for our success in the long run. The senior class has selected Mr. Stephen Kimmick." I would like to begin the recognition of the Chatham High School 2019 Senior Scholarship recipients by presenting the Principal's Cup to our valedictorian, Bryn Chernowski. And our salutatorian, Sophie Andrews. At this time, I would like to ask Sean Lee to stand to be recognized. Sean has accepted appointment to the Naval Academy. I would also like to recognize Caitlin Pernair, Colin Golbach, and Brad Rindos, as each has accepted full ROTC scholarships to the university they will be attending. All 4 students will be serving our country following their college graduation. Mr. Walker and Mrs. Gironda will continue announcing our scholarships and the recipients. I would ask you hold your applause until the last scholarship is announced, when all recipients will stand to be recognized as a group.
American Legion Post Number 92 Scholarship, Maria Isabel Jimenez Salazar.
Art Leagues of the Chathams, Hannah Grace Wetter.
Susan G. Bronstein Memorial World Language Scholarship, Victoria Ashley Onkel.
Chatham High School Athletic Boosters Most Accomplished Athlete Scholarships, Lana DePasquale and Aiden Robert Joel.
Chatham Borough Scholarship, Chelsea Zarzuela.
Chatham Community Players Lee E. Nordholm Scholarship, Julia Reyes Lynn.
Chatham Education Association Scholarship, Anna Carol Langner.
Chatham Emergency Squad Scholarship, Brenna Mary Tell.
Chatham Fishwack Festival Incorporated Scholarship, Maggie Elizabeth Clark.
Chatham High School PTO Scholarships, Sophie Jane Andrews, Bryn Audrey Chernosky, Liam Matthew Driscoll, Aiden Robert Joel, Sarah Elizabeth McCabe, Bradley Joseph Rindos, Brenna Mary Tell.
Chatham Historical Society Margaret Kiesler Scholarship, Jane Bissett.
Chatham JC Scholarship, Caitlin Giadidizio, Ryan Matthew Mays, Sarah Elizabeth McCabe, Grace Rose Pascalides.
Chatham Kiwanis Scholarships, Paul Dannenberg, Mary Nelson Williams.
Chatham Township PBA Scholarships, Nicholas DiMaggio, Savannah Nicolina Jenks.
Chatham Performing Arts Booster Scholarships, Band Scholarship, Sarah Lorraine Devlin. Choral Scholarship, Taryn Elizabeth Rofina. Orchestra Scholarship, Olivia Grace Kelly Quigley. Theater Scholarship, Emily Ann Alfano. Multiple Discipline Scholarships, Matthew Yarborough Marquet. Lindsay Michaela Rip.
Chatham Township Republican Committee Charles R. Clark Scholarship, Catherine Rios.
Chatham Rotary Scholarship, Bryn Audrey Chernosky. Iwana Isabella Geshe.
Beth Kuhn Clark Scholarship, Julia Morrison Paness.
Democratic Scholarship Committee of the Chatham Scholarship, Emily Rebecca Vinnick.
Greater Lafayette Classic Service Scholarships, Madeline Olivia Blanchard, Bradley Joseph Rindos.
Green Village Volunteer Fire Department Scholarship, William Robert Etheridge. Ryan Matthew Mays.
Vivian K. Hill School District of the Chathams, County College of Morris Scholarships, Patricia Ann Villacorta Adala. Michael Gorman.
Austin O. Huey Scholarships of the Community Foundation of New Jersey, Megan Mackenzie Flynn. Emily Grace Cubis Badia.
Investors Bank Scholarship, Chatham Branch, Ria Sinha.
Patricia Jones Scholarship, Micah Wells McGrath.
Madison Lodge number 93, Free and Accepted Masons, Philip T. Sproul Scholarship. Emily Brace Cubis Badia.
Patrolman Anthony J. Pariso Scholarship. Ryan Patrick Mulligan.
Jamie Panair Scholarship. Ann Carol Langer. And Kyle Williams Reyes.
Paul E. Harris Memorial Great Reunion Award. Alexa Rizzo.
Nicholas F. Rizzo Fine Arts Scholarship. Tessa Hope Abrams.
Ruth Family Scholarship for the Performing Arts. Liam Matthew Driscoll.
Edward Joseph E.J. Schmelt Scholarship. Ryan William Sherman. Alexander Cortez Williams.
Jane and Ken Schroll Scholarship. Savannah Nicolina Jenks.
Louis R. Sheets Scholarships. Savannah Nicolina Jenks. Lucas Richard McCory. Patrick Seitz Siddick.
Stephen Yohe Scholarships. Caroline Jane Krause.
Peter W. Stoser Scholarship. Matthew James D'Antoni.
Women's Club of Chatham Scholarships. Sophie Jane Andrews. Victoria Ashley Uncle. Brenna Mary Towell. Congratulations to all of our recipients.
Good evening. Today is a special night for Chatham High School, our seniors, their families, and for me on a more personal level. 10 years ago, I was unable to participate in our graduation ceremony as I was recuperating from quadruple bypass surgery that I had had 2 weeks earlier. I was fortunate at the time that my wife took my symptoms seriously and that my cardiologist was aggressive in treating my symptoms. While this type of surgery has become routine in most cases, there were complications that I had experienced. After understanding the challenges the doctors had had, I reflected on my situation and became even more grateful that I'd be able to wake up and see my family and 3 daughters each day. At that difficult time, I became more keenly focused on 3 things that I thought would keep me moving forward and productive, not only during my rehabilitation, but throughout life. Those 3 things were: work hard at whatever it is I'm doing, don't make excuses when things don't go the way I want them to go, and when things seem to be really challenging, take a step back, reflect, and keep things in perspective. Over the last 10 years, there's hardly a day that goes by that I don't think about that surgery and all of the things that I've experienced personally and professionally that have led to my continued growth. At that time, our seniors, which includes my oldest daughter, Daniela, were in 2nd grade and probably had no thought about what may lie ahead for them as they worked their way towards tonight. As I address our seniors for the last time, I would like to connect what was important to me to what I believe will be important for them as they exit Chatham High School for the last time and begin their next journey. First, working hard is what has gotten you where you are today. I suspect you have been encouraged by your parents to work hard in school from the first time you stepped into your kindergarten classroom in 2006. I'm sure you all had teachers who recognized your efforts when you did well, but also demanded you to work harder and provided supports when you were faced with academic challenges. Your academic success in high school could have only been achieved by your hard work over the last 4 years. Beyond the classroom, the hard work you put into your athletics, music, dance, and other areas of interest led to your skill development that has earned you recognition by your instructors and peers, and in some cases, recognition by the county, conference, region, or state. You should all be proud of your hard work and the things you've accomplished. When working hard becomes a habit, the respect of others is earned, and the opportunities that may be available to you are limitless. Second, I want to share that while hard work is necessary for each of you to do the best at whatever it is you're doing, it doesn't mean that you will be the best at everything. This is important to remember because too often, when someone works really hard at something and someone else does better, that person makes excuses as to why he or she didn't win or achieve that same level of success. Making excuses or blaming others for you not reaching your goal will only prevent you from recognizing your possible mistakes and delay your growth and learning from them. I am sure that you have all experienced something in high school that you wish had gone differently. Maybe it was a lower grade on a test than you expected. Maybe you didn't get as much playing time as you thought you should have. Or maybe you didn't get the recognition you thought you deserved from a teacher, coach, or other adult in the high school. All of these feelings may be valid and probably didn't make you feel real good at the time. But know that those experiences were part of your preparation for the future, when things may not seem fair, or you're disappointed that your hard work was not enough. In those times, I encourage you to focus on your efforts, improve on your possible deficiencies, and continue moving forward. The final thing I'd like to share with you is that when things get challenging or you start to feel overwhelmed, take a step back to reflect, breathe, and keep things in perspective. You are all moments away from graduating from one of the best high schools in the state. Your academic success and test scores are often measured in the rankings, but what I believe separates us are the people who walk the halls of CHS every day. You, your peers, our staff, and Lamont, who greets you in the parking lot each morning, makes the difference. While you may not have had a perfect fit with each of your teachers, I do know that all of your teachers cared about their students and prepared well to challenge you so that you can meet your academic potential, as well as develop the other skills necessary to succeed after high school. In turn, I know that each of you put forth the effort needed to succeed in the classroom, within our athletic programs, and our other co-curricular activities. I suspect there were times when many of you felt overwhelmed and maybe lost confidence in yourself. That's natural. The important thing is that in most cases, you kept an honest perspective on what needed to be done and what was most important. It was in those times you worked harder, reached out for assistance when needed, and remained focused on achieving success. This too was preparing you for your future. When you begin your next journey tomorrow or in a couple of months, you're going to see that there's still a lot to learn and a lot to experience. Learning is a process. It takes time, and the speed at which you learn is sometimes out of your control. 10 years goes by quickly. Over the next 10 years, you're going to face many different experiences which will lead to your continued growth. Work hard, don't make excuses, and take a step back and reflect on how you've handled past challenges. I am confident that you will land on your feet, just as you've done in high school. Thank you for what you've brought to Chatham High School over the last 4 years and being a part of making Chatham High School what it is today. Best of luck to each of you. Dr. LaSouza, I present to you the class of 2019.
Thank you, Mr. Groh. Congratulations, graduates. Congratulations, faculty. Congratulations, parents. And a special congratulations to all the grandparents who are with us tonight. So every year I try to think of something semi-clever to share with the graduates, because I view my role tonight as the faculty member, the last faculty member that you'll ever hear from that could potentially deliver a lesson that some of you might pay attention to. And for whatever reason, this year, what I kept thinking about were the 2 times in my life, there probably were more, but the 2 times that I best remember being punched directly in the face. The first time I was in 6th grade, and it was recess, and I was kind of picking on another kid who, believe it or not, was smaller than I am. And he turned around and just smashed me right below the eye. A year or 2 after that, I'm not exactly sure when, but I was engaging in the same kind of behavior with my younger brother. And same sort of thing, he wheeled around and just smashed me right on my nose. And both times I was dazed and my eyes welled up with tears, and I was just couldn't believe what had happened. And the reason I think I was thinking about this is to tell you all that every single one of you is going to get punched right in the face. And I don't mean that you will be physically struck like I was. Of course, I hope that never happens to any of you, and there's nothing good that can come of it, especially if you're not able to control your own reaction to that. But what I do mean is that figuratively, life is going to punch you in the face. It's not a question of if, it's a question of when and how many times. And when it happens, you're going to feel dazed and in pain and unsure what to do. And if there's anything I can ask you to remember tonight, it's that that feeling will go away. I liken it to sitting at a table and dropping something and going to pick it up quickly, and you just bang your elbow right on the funny bone, and you feel like your whole arm is going like this and it hurts so much. And if you thought that that feeling was going to last the rest of your life without ceasing, you'd probably take some pretty drastic measures, even irrational measures. You'd want to chop your arm off to get rid of that feeling. But you all know that you just rub your elbow for 3 minutes and you just kind of stretch it out, and 10 minutes later you feel good as new. Well, when life punches you in the face, it might not take 10 minutes, it might take 10 weeks or even 10 months, but that feeling of being stunned and in pain will subside. Try to remember that. And now, graduates, members of the class of 2019, I ask you to rise. And with the authority granted me by the state of New Jersey and by the Board of Education of the School District of the Chathams, I hereby certify the class of 2019. Congratulations.
Liam Matthew Driscoll.
Bryn Audrey Chernosky.
Madeleine Ann Herringer.
Sophie Jane Andrews.
Matthew Yarborough Marquet.
Tessa Hope Abrams.
Colleen Patricia Roush.
Patricia Ann Villacorta Adalia.
Lindsay Michaela Ripp.
Rebecca Taylor Adams.
Taryn Elizabeth Rafina.
Seden Jada Agar.
Luke Thomas Agnew.
Mason James Agostinelli.
Rodrigo Alarcon.
Emily Ann Alfano.
Mackenzie Lila Allen.
Gavin Russell Alvarez.
Kaylin Elizabeth Alvarez.
Amy Dejana Angeles.
Victoria Ashley Uncle.
Sebastian Lopez.
Ethan Taylor Atkins.
Sean All.
Ricardo Baez.
Benjamin Baker.
Emma Marie Barber.
Jonathan Daniel Barnes.
Adelaide Eileen Barkhorn.
Benjamin Baskin.
Caroline Elizabeth Barry.
Umso Key Hartley Boom.
Carly Lauren Becker.
Jane Bissett.
Alexia Bichaku.
Pedro Bartolin Goes.
Madeline Olivia Blanchard.
Claire Hannah Bruff.
Liam Joseph Burke.
Paul Brunkai.
Jake Cooper Browning.
Henry Kai.
Georgia Grace Burks.
Luca Gimarino Carmignani.
Christopher Shane Carlin.
Samantha Marielle Cheslow.
Thomas Michael Cava.
Michelle Cheng.
Matthew James Chase.
Waverly Blossom Chin.
Andrea Chevalier.
Maggie Elizabeth Clark.
Lauren Nicole Sefeli Feinstein.
Alex William Carl Collins.
Jared Alex Cohn.
Brianna Marie Corcoran.
Matthew Duso Connolly.
Caroline Jane Kraus.
John Clayton Corey. Grace Ellen Cunningham.
Christopher James Cutlip.
Caitlin Ja Diodezio.
Matthew James D'Antoni.
Paul Brian Dannenberg.
Marissa Carol DeViti.
Peter Allen Dawson.
Julian DeKaiser.
Jack Thomas DeLetto.
Samuel Everett Dempsey.
Kyle Daniel DePace.
Lana DiPasquale.
Sarah Lorraine Devlin.
Michael DiGiano.
Evan Michael DiGiovanni.
Nicholas DiMaggio.
Ethan Ding.
Andrew B. Dinhout Jr.
Christine Mia Darty.
Claire Elizabeth Doherty.
Ryan Darty.
Christopher Dolan.
Brendan Andrew Doucette.
Emma Ann Droner.
Peter Jack Duffy.
James Robert Ayler.
Elizabeth Jane Eigen.
Liliana Marie Eisenhart.
Julia Hope Eckert.
Meredith Fraser Enslow.
William Robert Etheridge.
Kathleen Kilgowan Eveleth.
Harry Everett.
Ellie Fela.
Timothy John Fell.
Marie Teresa Field.
Alexa Rachel Finkelstein.
Megan Mackenzie Flynn.
Caitlin Grace Ford.
Michaela Jacqueline Ford.
Michael Francis Fornaro Jr.
Anne Elizabeth Francesco.
Eleanor Grace Franklin.
Emily Morgan Fuller.
Iwana Isabella Gachet.
John Patrick Gallagher.
Dennis Geddick.
I'll take it.
Thomas Anthony Giordano IV.
Mia Ashlyn Geronda.
Colin James Goldbach.
Jessica Amanda Goldberg.
Andy Gomez.
Sarah Margaret Goodhart.
Sean C. Goodman.
Michael John Gorman.
Benjamin Joseph Gorski.
Colleen Ann Graham.
Delphine Grieve.
Daniela Catherine Grow.
Meliana Christina Harris.
Colin Thomas Hart.
Catherine Ann Hauk.
Ava Lynn Healy.
John Fennelly Henrici.
Kathleen Beatty Henrici.
Philip Alfred Herner.
Alexandra Rose Huffman.
Michael Griffin Huth.
Isaac Tabin Im.
Isabel Quigley Irish.
Heather Ann Ivins.
Annabelle Stephanie Jacobin.
Grace Elaine Jacobs.
Sasha Jacobs.
Savannah Nicolina Jenks.
Maria Isabella Jimenez Salazar.
Angeli Gina Joban Putra.
Aiden Robert Joel.
Sylvia Juarez Rojas.
Samuel Casey Kanick.
Ballroom Kansara.
Eliza Devon Kay.
Matthew Ryan Keene.
Olivia Grace Kelly Quigley.
Casey Lynn Kennedy.
Mackenzie Carol Kahn.
Layla Marie Curtin.
Zachary Stephen Krieger.
Emily Grace Cubis Badia.
Edward Junjit Lamb.
Holly Marie Larson.
Sean Graham Lee.
Anna Carol Langner.
Benjamin Gary Lepore.
Devin James Lepore.
Ann Cameron Leverich.
Jacob Campbell Lieberman.
Julia Reyes Lynn.
Lawrence Gerald Lafaro.
Ryan Patrick Lonergan.
Sebastian Lopiano.
Megan Florence Mackesy.
Brendan James McGuire.
Giannis Macris.
Lily Maria Malmquist.
Rebecca Marconi.
Pietro Thomas Marino.
Nathan Alexander Marshall.
Olivia Grace Mathern.
Ryan Matthew Mays.
Sarah Elizabeth McCabe.
Lee Christine McCaffrey.
Michael Edward McCaffrey.
William Henry McCormick.
Lucas Richard McCory.
Bridget Lynn McGarry.
Micah Wells McGrath.
Isabella Claire Mercer.
Nicholas Philip Meyer.
PJ Milich.
Alexander Martins Molinaro.
Graham Scott Monson.
Caroline Mary Morgan.
Leah Mugel.
Julia Catherine Mueller.
Ryan Patrick Mulligan.
Lauren Elizabeth Mumby.
Miguel Angel Munoz III.
Aiden James Murphy.
Sarah Elizabeth Murphy.
Matthew Charles Murray.
Brian Thomas Nall.
Patrick James O'Brien.
Dylan Grace O'Connell.
James O'Connor.
Sydney Grace Olson.
Abigail Sherry Omelchik.
Jonathan David Palmieri.
Anna Pan.
Zoe Cameron Grace Papier.
Zoe Chin
Hold on a second.
Paris.
I covered it. There you go. Grace Rose Pascalese.
Zachary Scott Pendergrast.
Theodore Pendleton.
Amanda Nicole Pento.
Isabel Camille Perez.
Ashley Ann Peterson.
Colin John Petrullo.
Colin Samuel Pierce.
Carissa Georgette Pike.
Caitlin Nicole Panare.
Julia Morrison Pines.
Kara Pines.
Brendan Peasy.
Nikita Pohl.
Jared Peter Politano.
Jenna Prisco.
Skylar Anastasia Redgate.
Jeremy James Reese.
Alana Riley.
Kyle William N. Reyes.
Isabel Rose Riddick.
Bradley Joseph Rindos.
Catherine Rios.
Alexa Riso.
Jasper George Owen Robertson.
Jillian Laura Roche.
Michael Conrad Rowe.
John B. Romano III.
Kieran Gavin Rooney.
Christian Blakers Roos.
Ethan Michael Roth.
Samuel Philip Rowland.
Nina Marie Salvo.
Matthew Joseph Saluti.
Dylan John Schaefer.
Patrick Ryan Saul.
Tyler Mark Schmitter.
Evan Burke Schmidt. Matthew Christopher Shockling.
Colin William Schroeder.
Elijah Cole Schwinghammer.
Michael Sharetta.
Patrick Seitz Siddick.
Joe Sharp.
Emma Elizabeth Sheldon.
Ryan William Sherman.
Alicia Lee Shimpey.
Kyle Akuda Sim.
Ria Sinha.
Isabel Dorothy Sitar.
Evan Small.
Joshua Michael Smith.
Jocelyn Sarah Spencer.
Emily Eileen Stahlberg.
Grace Catherine Steigerwald.
Stephen Stromberg.
Lauren Mahar Sullivan.
Marissa Lucy Sullivan.
Abigail Sweeney.
Sarah Cynthia Soleil.
Seher Talal.
Rachel Elizabeth Thompson.
Jackson Thorne.
Ilana Page Tunyola.
Quentin Albert Tamaro.
Tyler Scott Tornberg.
Catherine Elizabeth Torrenti.
Brenna Mary Towell.
Jane Margaret Treadout.
Caitlin Ann Twynham.
Caitlin Joy Eulis.
Maxwell Charles Ulrich.
Taylor Grace Valinati.
Raphael Van Mayen.
Emily Rebecca Vinnick.
Vishva Vyas.
Rishi Wadwa.
Harrison Glenn Walker. Wanted me to add his middle name.
Grant Harrison Webster.
Colleen Rose Weichert.
Hannah Grace Wetter.
Carly Nicole White.
Matthew Elgin White.
Teresa Marie White.
Grace Whiteman.
Alexander Cortez Williams.
Alexis Denise Williams.
Mary Nelson Williams.
James Bennett Wingate.
Frances Carolyn Workman.
Yusuf Ahmed Yaknour.
Christina Hazel Yempaglia.
Darren Yen.
Willow Angel Sartarian.
Chelsea Zarzuela.
Zachariah I. Zarban.
Yuan Zhang.
Tanyu Zhou.
Well done, graduates. Just by way of introduction, my name is Jill Weber. I'm the president of the board, and it's really the absolute only perk that comes with this job is to be able to address the graduates. The really good news is you're about 60 seconds from that door, so if you have small children and things you need to gather, this would be a good time. Graduates, many of you I've known since you were in elementary school, and the two things that I have absolute confidence in is you have the academic skills to achieve whatever you want. And I know you think that what you've achieved over the last several years is normal, but when you get to where you're going in the next 10 or 12 weeks, you're going to find out how absolutely not normal that is, and please take advantage of every opportunity that comes your way. The other thing that is not normal is your strength of character. You will find that not everybody says thank you or please or sorry as easily as you do to your friends, your family, and you'll realize that you will be a step above that as well. And it is those two things that I just want you to remember when you're confronted with some challenges. And again, I'm taking some liberties here and addressing you as a parent, so bear with me. When you're confronted with some difficult situations, you have the skills, the intellect, and the strength of character to make the right decisions. Don't worry about what anybody else around you is doing. Remember your motto, we are Chatham. You take the lead and let everybody else get in line behind you. So well done. Would the graduates please stand? Please move your tassels from right to left, and congratulations to the class of 2019. Well done, graduates.